It's a pleasure to be here, and I just want to say, I have to say, I was watching those videos and thinking that how incredibly proud I am to be president of the San Francisco Commission on the Status of Women, for the leadership and also the leaders that we get to work with. And I'll start by saying it was Gavin Newsom that gave me the opportunity to come and work in San Francisco, and it was at a particularly great point in my life when the state of California, to do government relations and have Nancy Pelosi as your congressperson and representative in Washington, D.C., and have two United States women senators that you had worked for in the past, was just, for me, it was such an incredible time. And to have had the honor to be appointed to the Commission on the Status of Women by our great mayor, Edwin Lee, has really given me joy that I really didn't even know to expect. So I want to just acknowledge a couple of people really quickly, because, of course, Marilyn Fowler, we haven't really talked a lot about Marilyn. Marilyn is one of those people that I know she's been at this battle for more years than she probably cares to reflect on, but it's people like Marilyn that keep all of us, I think, doing the work that we do and actually making the changes. And of course, Emily Marasse, who no one's explaining that she is the director of the department on the status of women. She's been there as director for 10 years. Before that, she was a commissioner, and she's also an elected official in the city and county of San Francisco, serving on the school board in her spare time. And I do want to acknowledge the NGO CSW of Vienna, Geneva, and New York for your great partnership and leadership, and everyone here. And of course, you've heard that Anita Lee is here, and we are extremely, it's funny, people are in positions at the right time, at the right place. I found myself thinking that when I was listening to Mayor Garcetti, thinking, we're so lucky to have leaders like him. And in San Francisco, we are so lucky to have Edwin M. Lee as our mayor. As a student of intergovernmental work, that's what I consider myself, really, learning every day. I look at him and I think how great it is, because he was a civil rights lawyer, and then he became the head of the San Francisco Human Rights Commission. And then after that, he stepped from that and went to be the head of our Department of Public Works. So you can imagine going from that to really the thing that most people care about, if there's a lot of potholes and how the streets are going and all those kinds of things. That is like, and then he became the city administrator, and then we were so lucky to have him become the first Asian American mayor of San Francisco, and that matters in more ways than I can relay today. And we are extremely appreciative of his incredible leadership and his incredible support for all that we are doing, his commitment to funding of programs that really matter to not just women, but to all of our citizens. And it's an honor to just introduce his message. So thank you.
Good evening. I'm San Francisco Mayor Ed Lee. It is my great honor to send you greetings from San Francisco, the first city in the world to enact a local ordinance reflecting the principles of CEDAW. You can see the results of this landmark ordinance in the work we do today. We are a pioneer on key workforce policies for women. Last year, San Francisco was the first city in the nation to pass the family-friendly workplace legislation, creating a more flexible work environment for parents and caretakers. San Francisco was one of the earliest cities to implement a living wage that is substantially higher than the national minimum wage. In 2007, San Francisco began providing universal health care access to all of its residents, regardless of citizenship. This has helped hundreds of women in our city gain access to quality health care. To make CEDAW principles relevant to our private sector partners, we developed the San Francisco Gender Equality Principles, which were adopted by the United Nations Global Compact as the Women's Empowerment Principles in 2010. And we are addressing the cultural roots of violence against women and girls by investing over $4 million in prevention and intervention services in our city. I'm especially proud of our progress in counteracting domestic violence and human trafficking. As the mayor of the pioneering Sea City, I want to express my enthusiasm for the Cities for Sea campaign that is being launched this week. I urge the participation by my mayoral colleagues in the campaign and look forward to hosting mayors from across the nation in June 2015 for the U.S. Conference of Mayors. Finally, I want to thank United Nations Women, the NGO Committee on the Status of Women New York, the Women's Intercultural Network, and the San Francisco Department on the Status of Women for organizing today's event. Thank you.